this Caribbean Corner webinar. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. In order, Charlotte, you're going last, so just give us a snippet as to who you are, where you're from, and your prize, please.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Charlotte. I'm the UK-based sales rep for Bequia Beach Hotel.
Awesome, and you've got a £50, $60 prize to give away to one
Correct.
lucky agent. Perfect. Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you in a little while. Sabrina, hello, welcome.
Hello, good day, everyone. So happy to be here. And I will be telling you about the Dominican Republic, my home country, where I was born and raised. And we have a prize today that it's tickets to Dorado Park for our family, two adults, two children.
Awesome, thank you very much. And we also have Jack. Jack, hello, welcome. This is your first webinar with me, and I think with my booking reward. So big welcome to you. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and your price, please.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everyone, or ahoy, should I say. My name's Jack Atherton. I'm one of the sales managers here in the UK for Virgin Voyages. Yeah, I can't believe I've not done one of these yet, but let's get cracking, shall we?
Perfect. It's all yours, Jack.
All mine. Perfect. Right, let me share. If you could give me the nod just to make sure that we are.
I will, yeah.
As well. How's that?
It's coming. It's there. Yes, you're all good. Fire away.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, hi again, everybody. Good to be here. So we're going to talk in the main today, all around the Caribbean for Virgin Voyages, and I just wanted to highlight it first of all. The Caribbean for us as a brand has really grown over the last few years, particularly for sales from the UK. So for UK sailors heading over to that region. So to give some context, it's tripled in digits. So we've gone from kind of single digits over in 2024 up to over 35% of everything that we've been booking last year has been over to the Caribbean. So a really key trade for us. We have all four ships there at different points, and some really exciting things coming up for Virgin Voyages in the Caribbean. But I wanted to kick off with a little video. Hopefully it's going to play just to set the scene, and then I will come back to you.
Welcome to Virgin Voyages, a ship where every moment becomes part of the journey, a journey of flavors, a journey of movement and rest, a journey of beautiful destinations. Moments that begin with sunrise over the sea and end somewhere between music and midnight, because here the journey is yours to choose.
Did you manage to hear that? Hopefully you did. But the snapshot just there of our current campaign. So this includes the Caribbean as well. So you have a free balcony upgrade from Sea View to Sea Terrace, which Sea Terrace is what we call our balconies. Then you get a buy one, get one 70% off your second sailor, which is all built into the fares automatically. So wherever your call to action and your route to book, whether that's through firstmates.com or our partners at Voyage Store, you can benefit from sending your sailors on a balcony cabin. And I think to experience the Caribbean with a balcony for one of our iconic hammocks that you'd get on the balcony as well, is just the perfect way to do so. So this was running right and through to the end of July. So if you looking at any Virgin Voyages at the moment, look at that Sea View to balcony upgrade for that extra added value. In terms of added value that's always included with us as well, just to touch on this, we do include an awful lot from the offset. So your sailors don't feel like they're being nickel and dimed on board. So in essence, we like to make sure that people have pretty much paid up everything before they travel. So they haven't got to pay an awful lot to get back off the ship, which I know can sometimes happen in the cruise industry. So Wi-Fi is all included with us. There is lots of different there's different voyage fare options that we have, but Wi-Fi is included as standard. So if you're somebody that wants a faster Wi-Fi, you can upgrade and get the premium or work from sea Wi-Fi. But ultimately, the basic and the classic Wi-Fi that are included on most will help you with everything from the Virgin Voyages app, which is your key around the ship. It is to help you book your restaurants. It is to connect with the sailor services team. You can find out what's going on the daily program through the app. If you do want to go to Sailor Services and grab yourself a printout version, then you can absolutely do so. But the Wi-Fi is there to really enhance the experience and make things a lot easier. And particularly for our demographic, our average age on board is kind of between 50 and 60. Most people there are absolutely fine with using smartphones, but of course we are everybody from 18 and above, so all of our sailors can use the Wi-Fi to really enhance that experience. And then we also include all of our restaurants. So there's over 20 places to eat, including 6 a la carte restaurants, which are all treated like land-based restaurants here in the UK or anywhere in the world, from a steak and seafood restaurant to an elevated Italian or a Korean barbecue. And I think that the important thing with our restaurants is that there's no surcharge. Everything is cooked fresh to order, and that really does bring that unique kind of offering to your guests whilst they're on board. And the food is absolutely up there with one of the reasons why people keep returning to us time and time again. We are a massive brand for wellness as well, so you will find a lot of activities included from a fitness perspective, or even just for a bit of fun. So yoga, Zumba, HIIT classes, all of the gym facilities. We have a running track on board. There's a boxing gym. So if anybody wants to try something, or maybe they've had a few too much the night before and they want to burn off some calories possibly, then you can of course go and hit the gym, but it's all free and all the fitness classes are included as well. So that's again another massive added value. All of your soft drinks are included with us, so tea, coffee, water, all of your post mix, all of your non-pressed juices. So that's another great saving for people that perhaps don't drink. And then all of your entertainment, and we are massive for live music on board. We do try to regionalize our entertainment as well. So particularly in the Caribbean and places like Alaska, we will find that the entertainment will differ, and it does differ by the ships as well. So plenty to do on board. But nevertheless, in terms of the actual destinations themselves, Caribbean is a big seller for us, like I mentioned. And I did reference just then, we are 100% kid-free on board. So if you have adults that are looking to travel to the Caribbean, as a brand, we do actually get quite a lot of new to cruise and new to brand going straight to the Caribbean. And we have itineraries right from 3 nights up until kind of 11 or 12. So there is, and everything in between, which I'm going to cover in a second. So I know here it does kind of highlight 3 to 5 nights and 6 to 8, but we do have those longer duration itineraries, particularly on our brand new ship, Brilliant Lady. And Brilliant Lady, so she has been sailing for around 9 months now. She does those 10-night round trip from Miami voyages. And Brilliant Lady, that's a big seller for us here in the UK. But the good thing with the Caribbean is you can treat it as, one holiday, maybe with a pre-night in Miami before you travel and do a longer voyage, or you can tag on some of those shorter voyages as well. So we get a lot of kind of cruise and stay with our Caribbean itinerary. So you could do a 6-night with a few nights in Miami. And we have voyages across North America, but the key ones for the Caribbean are Miami and San Juan from Puerto Rico for that kind of island hop Caribbean. But what I love about some of the shorter voyages is they do call into some really great places, and it's just enough to have a bit of a snapshot of Virgin Voyages. So whether you have people that want to go a bit longer or capture it, just for a few nights, then you can absolutely do so. And we are right on sale through until summer 28 with the Caribbean at the moment. I think the good thing with our ships as well is the way that they're designed. There's a lot to do outdoors, particularly Scarlet Night in the Caribbean is a really hero night of the voyage. And soaking in that great weather that you'll get in the Caribbean pretty much year round. Our ships definitely are built for the sun, and you'll find with a lot of the activities on board and entertainment that we do try to keep things outdoors as much as we can to really experience that destination that you are in. So there's lots of value wrapped up in all of our voyages, regardless of where you are in the world, but there's plenty for the Caribbean. In February 2027 as well, we do actually have all 4 lady ships meeting up in the Caribbean. So that's a first for Virgin Voyages. So all 4 ships will meet up during a sea day. So they are called Sisters at Sea Voyages. So they're all on sale now. The Brilliant Lady one in particular has been a top seller for us. It's one of those longer duration ones that I mentioned. But though that will be a really kind of key highlight. We announced that a few months ago on one of our Red Hot Sailing Club voyages, which is kind of like a loyalty voyage. And Sir Richard Branson actually mentioned it, and he also covered that he would be in attendance for one of these Sisters at Sea voyages. So if you want to go and check those out, then you can do, of course, on our website on firstmates.com and check some of the pricing for those. But in terms of a couple of examples of some of the places that we do travel to in the Caribbean, as you can see, there's quite a lot. Some of my favourites here for sure is Phillipsburg, St. Martin. You can go to that iconic beach to watch the planes flying over. Or also there's lots of places in Mexico. So we have the voyages from LA as well, I should have mentioned, and you can get right down to Mexico. I actually went on a voyage in October and went to Cozumel, and it was just stunning. We're meant to go to the Dominican Republic, but there was an itinerary change due to some weather. But that's the good thing and the beauty of a cruise ship, right? You can move, and they know how to chase the sun, shall we say. But yeah, lots of places that we cover. So whether you fancy a bit more of a kind of city style or you want that true kind of island hop Caribbean, we have it all for you with Virgin Voyages. Like I said, you can sail from San Juan in Puerto Rico, and that's where you're really getting straight into the heart of it. But the most popular ones from the UK guests, I'd say, are the ones that depart from Miami because of that direct flight across many airlines. A couple of other examples here of voyages that you can take. There's obviously the shorter voyages, sort of 4 and 5 nights on Valiant Lady, or the Resilient Lady ones, which are quite popular here again, sort of 6 to 8 nights. And a key thing about the 4-night voyages as well, we've moved a lot of them so that they are Thursday to Monday. Of course, that works quite well in North America for people that don't have to travel too far, but it's always over a long weekend. So you could, in fact, do a 1-night pre-stay, head over and do a 5-night voyage, and kind of do all of that within the 7 nights, including the flights and the hotel stays. So there's plenty of options for anyone that wants to travel over to the Caribbean with us. But I think a big thing for majority of our voyages as well is the beach club at Bimini. So for anyone that has experienced Virgin Voyages in the Caribbean, most of our voyages, particularly the ones from Miami, will have the call here at our exclusive beach club that you can travel to directly from the ship. It's a true ship to shore experience. So you might be able to see that middle picture with kind of the red umbrellas, but our sailors get the full access to the beach club at Bimini, which is in the Bahamas, and they get things like a beach barbecue. You can scan your wristbands that you would use on board the ship and use your bar tab or have your drinks included, soft drinks like they are on the ship. There's a DJ for a few hours, and they do a float party where there's lots of inflatables that you can just sit and relax on. If you fancy a bit more of a lively atmosphere, then that's there for you. Or you can head to the beach where you have, again, all full access with the day beds all included for you. If you are in one of our Rockstar cabins, then you will get a private Rockstar area as well, and it really is, like I said, that ship to shore experience. So we try to bring as much of the ship to Bimini and and the entertainment from the crew on board and bring it to life. How am I doing for time? Probably a minute or so left. So yeah, Bimini is one of my favorite places that I've actually traveled with Virgin Voyages. As soon as you get off the ship, you get on almost like a golf cart type of vehicle. I'd say it's a bit bigger than a golf cart, but it's similar. And they drive you straight there. You don't have to go to the beach club when you're there, but majority of the guests will do because it's all included. There's no charge to go there. It's completely branded for Virgin Voyages, and it really is kind of an iconic place that we do sail to over in the Caribbean. And then, of course, you have things like our shore things, which are our shore excursions. So there's plenty of things to do in the Caribbean. I did a rum tasting tour when I was in Barbados recently, and then also a catamaran trip there too. So we do all the different ports of call. There's plenty of things to do where you can tag them on, and as an agent, you can sell things like shore excursions to your customers, or if they buy them through the app in advance, and you do get commission on some of these add-ons as well. So make sure you check those out if you're quoting any holidays through Virgin Voyages. Similar with things like the bar tab, which is what you would spend for alcohol and add-ons. All of those things are commissionable for you as well. So a snapshot of some of the kind of 6 to 8 night itineraries. I believe this is just here. So it takes you over to our marketing library, so you can scan this. And as I mentioned, we are right on sale through until summer 2028 for the Caribbean. So plenty for you to get after if you want to guess that want to travel this year or next year or even into 28, then we've got it all there for you. And then for the month of July, we've just kicked off our First Mate Appreciation Month, so we have some really great incentives. So through My Booking Rewards or First Mate Loot, which is our program, so you can get £15 per booking. That's any sailing, anytime, anywhere. And then any booking logged will not only bank you that cash for the month of July, but we also have a fam trip opportunity where if you enter and make a booking, you'll get put into a draw for Bring On Mexico, which is an incentive for July. One booking is one entry, so the more bookings you make, the more chance you have to win. And then we'll be running a fam trip over to the Caribbean, which does then include a stop in Mexico. So there'll be plenty of things included with us. There'll be flights, there'll be a pre-night stay as well as the voyage. So if you haven't sailed you haven't sailed on Virgin Voyages or you haven't sold Virgin Voyages, then this is the perfect month to do so. And then hopefully you can get yourself on board, bring on Mexico. If there's any questions, of course, please drop them in the chat. But we'll probably talk about the Caribbean all day, so I know I've pretty much hit my time, so I will stop sharing and hand over.
Thank you very much. Jack, you do have a few questions in the Q&A, so we will get round to them in a little while. If there is anything you want to answer, Jack, go ahead. They're all in there in the Q&A, because I imagine you're going to have a lot more that are going to come through. So thank you very much. We're now heading over to the Dominican Republic. Sabrina, you've muted yourself. There we go. And she's back. It's all yours.
Hello. Well, hello again. I'm so excited to have heard Jack mentioning Puerto Plata and Samaná there in the slides, and the possibility of seeing two sides of the Dominican Republic in one journey. It's fantastic. I believe it's Resilient Lady, right? So Samaná, I have to mention it. I adore the Samaná Peninsula, and that's where humpback whales visit during the winter months, January, February, and March. So forgive my excitement. That wasn't part of the presentation, but watching Jack's presentation reminded me of that. And without any more details to that respect, I'll tell you about the Dominican Republic for families. This is quite general. The Dominican Republic, it's around twice the size of Wales, to give you an idea, to those of you in the UK, or slightly smaller than Ireland. Slightly smaller than Switzerland, so we're quite a large island, home to the highest mountain in the Caribbean, which is Pico Duarte, the lowest point. Endless opportunities for families, which is going to be my focus today. So year-round sunshine, fantastic value at every level. So from entry level to the highest, let's say like Aman or any private resort, Casa de Campo, you have the value there. If any of you have been to the Dominican Republic before, please let us know in the chat. And if you have any questions, my colleague Gustavo is logged in there at the moment as well to answer your question. So yeah, fantastic value at every level. A great infrastructure if you want to go around, modern airports. We're well established. I get answered a lot regarding Punta Cana and is it safe to go out? It's perfectly safe to go out, but things are, that resort area developed from the 80s until now. So it's quite resort based. However, you can stay somewhere in the Punta Cana village with your family and have plenty of things to see and do. As well. So it depends on where you stay. There are areas as well where you can just walk out of your hotel, like Cortecito and Bávaro, and there's like more local life. But the hotels have also fabulous offering, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about those in a moment. About the entry requirements, so a valid passport, ideally valid for 6 months. So the rule is that passports should be valid for 6 months, but there's every year our government issues like a normative that allows for passports to be valid only for the amount of time that you're staying in the country. So if you're staying for a week and you have 2 weeks left, that's allowed, but it needs to be it's renewed every year, so please double check. Best currency to take, US dollars, euros, with debit card and credit cards are widely accepted. And everyone needs an e-ticket. Even Dominican nationals need to do an e-ticket when they travel in and out of the country. So it's one of those pre-register. It's absolutely free. If you find a website that is charging for it, it's not genuine. We are very accessible from all around the world, so very well connected. I believe the Punta Cana airport is the best connected from around the world. That's why it's chosen for a lot of family gatherings with people coming from different parts of the world. We have flights from UK, France, Germany, Italy, connections from as well from other European countries, from the USA, several airports. To name a few: New York, Orlando, Philadelphia, Washington, other seasonal ones, just to name a few, from Canada. So I don't know, you're probably joining us from around the world. You'll be able to identify your nearby city there, Latin America, and also from other Caribbean countries. We have as well Dominican airlines like Arajet that connect from different places in LATAM and North America. Punta Cana, it will be my focus because it's where the highest concentration of hotels is. So more than 50 kilometers of white sand beach, great adventure, soft adventure. So great for families. I'll keep on repeating that because it's absolutely real. I have a family of my own with 3 children, and I've been with them to those clubs that are fabulous. They have different things for different ages, and it's up to you whether you want them to join that or to keep them with you. So great facilities, really, and convenient, and can be adapted to what you need. Also, like I mentioned, and along that strip on the east of the Dominican, that great concentration of hotels, very easy logistic, very easy to access all the activities and all the family adventure parks in the area. I'll tell you a bit more about those in a moment. But stunning beaches all around that area, mainly like the one you're looking at here. I will mention that as you go further north, we tend to have more golden beaches. But again, you have those beaches that are great for families along the Bávaro area or Juanillo, that are calmer, for very favorable for families with little children. And some others that are more like wilder, I will describe, like Macau Beach, where there are safety measures, and all of them have like flag systems in place. Pardon. Sorry about that. The all-inclusive advantage, it's super convenient. So to have all your meals included, all your drinks, and you can have a coffee break with your family during the day, along with all the kids clubs and entertainment. Brilliant family suites, which is something that I remember when I had a little children, that was so convenient to have like family suites or rooms where exactly the family didn't need to stay apart. Also without hidden cost, because everything, if anything needs to be paid separately, it will be outlined very clearly from the onset. Activities for every family. So some people have a different idea of what is to be adventurous in terms of the activities that one does. So there's everything there, from snorkeling to catamaran trips to the different adventure parks like Skate Park, Bávaro Adventure Park, and Dorado Park, that I will be mentioning with a bit more detail in a second. Also like buggy tours or zip lines that you'll be guided to the adequacy of the age limits. It depends usually on the height. I think that's pretty standard. But great safe environments within the resorts, with clean swimming pools and safe beach areas, safeguarded beach areas. If some of the resorts that are like in places where the beaches are wilder, what I said earlier, there's a flag system that one should always pay attention to, as standard as when you go anywhere in the world. Those kids clubs that some have even from 0 to 3, that obviously check in advance, but that facility is there as well. And the convenience of being able to have the multi-generational holiday. So if you have like the grandparents traveling as well, you have everyone catered for it, from 0 to plus. About El Dorado Park. El Dorado Park is actually the largest water park in the Caribbean, and they're sponsoring our prize of today. That it's free entries for 2 adults, 2 children to the park. Always include the transfers from the hotel, and it has more than 20 attractions, and visitors can use the facilities as many times as they want. It's 15 minutes away from the Punta Cana airport. And it has a combination of slides or kayaking, zip lining. It has a cenote as well, so like a water hole, and with a jumping platform as well. So you can see some of the images there. So great thing to do if you want to leave your hotel and do something outside. There's great excursions. If you are into culture, there are museums. There's a Rainieri Cultural Center. Santo Domingo was the first city founded by the Europeans in the Americas. So the choice is there for you if you want to have like adventure parks or the facilities of the hotels or go out and explore. You have the options there. These are some of the brands that are represented in the Dominican Republic. So the Hyatt Inclusive Collection, Nickelodeon, it's very popular with families. Club Med with their Petit Club and a Mini Club as well. Melia, Royalton, Hyatt Ziva, that it's the family brand of Hyatt as well. One of the, I should say, Hyatt Inclusive Collection, Paradises, Barceló, and many others as well. Also the luxury brands as well have their family facilities. I've mentioned a bit about this before, about the kind of excursions, but I have a bit more detail here so that you can see. Someone told me once, oh, but I can go ziplining here in the UK. I'm based in the UK. I think I said it earlier, but it's not the same. You'll be going through that beautiful, lush, green Dominican jungle, and it will look much like what you see in the picture. Plus, you'll be able to enjoy Dominican cuisine like sancocho or mofongo, the beautiful seafood. And if, like me, you're into dance, you can go dance merengue and bachata, our national music, which are both originally from the Dominican Republic. And all the different guided excursions to like Samaná or Santo Domingo. As I said earlier, if you want like something more in-depth about the culture. Best time to visit, I get asked this all the time. I prefer going between December and April, but it's because I live here in London. It's my second home. And it gets really dark here in winter, so I love going to the Dominican and then enjoying the beautiful sunshine during that time of the year. But having said that, I just arrived back 2 days ago, and it was beautiful, warm, and I think it rained once when I was there for like 20 minutes, and it cleared up. So between May and November, that's roughly what you get. It feels warmer than during the winter months because it's more humid, but it's beautiful. Highly recommended. So I would go whenever it's more convenient to me. In why the Dominican sells well, some of the reasons here, it's very easy to upsell, great to repeat. We have a high rate of repeat visitors, high satisfaction rate, and high commission potential. So Punta Cana really sells itself. It's a stress-free family holiday, world-class kids clubs, and all-inclusives, and the great sunshine. So start selling Dominican Republic if you're not selling it already. And my last slide, it's about our rewards program. It's the DO Travel Rewards. I hope you're already a member. If you are not, please join. You have the QR code here, and you will earn with every booking. And not only that, my colleagues that run the program are constantly inviting agents on fam trips. Some of you may have already been with us on fam trips. We have regional events as well, other exclusive rewards that are announced throughout the year, and webinars like this one. So if you're not part of our rewards program, please join. And thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Any questions for Sabrina and the team, pop them into the Q&A and they will be answered before the end of the webinar. So thank you very much. Now heading over to Bequia Beach in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Charlotte, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Sarah.
And before I forget, you are My Caribbean Rewards sponsor of the month. So Bequia Beach is what you will see when you log your Caribbean bookings. for this month. So,
Fantastic. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that one. Some extra exposure, which is great. So, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Charlotte, and I am the UK-based sales rep for Bequia Beach Hotel in St Vincent and the Grenadines. So I'm going to give you a bit of a whistle-stop tour on the beautiful island of Bequia and all it has to offer. So the first question many people ask, very first things first, is how do you pronounce Bequia? So despite being spelt more like Bequia, it's actually pronounced Bequia. It translates as the island of the clouds from the Arawak language. And you can see here on the map, it is part of St Vincent and the Grenadines. So it's a small lightning bolt shaped island down there in the southern Caribbean. So it's only 7 miles squared, and it's got a population of about 5,000 people. So perhaps slightly lesser known, but despite being a bit more off the beaten track, you'll be pleased to hear that it is still very easy to reach from both North America and Europe. So you'll see on the map here, there are lots of different options, but the main hub, the international hub you would be flying into would be Barbados. So Barbados, obviously lots of non-stop flight options, 7 days a week. And then once you land in Barbados, it's just a short hop, 40-minute flight on SVG Air, which is the local carrier direct to Bequia. You'll see on the map as well, there are other options to connect via St Lucia. They are less frequent, but another key hub would be Grenada. So Grenada, they offer flights 6 days a week. So there's just the exception of Wednesday, I believe, you can hop over and the flight time is around the same. So 40 minutes from both Barbados and Grenada. And here we go. Yeah, here's a map. So you can see as well, obviously, especially from the east coast of North America, lots of different options. And you can also fly into St Vincent. So St Vincent, very accessible from North America, but there is also the Virgin Atlantic flight, which operates twice a week from London Heathrow directly into St Vincent. So that is another entry point to bear in mind. And when you land in St Vincent, rather than getting on a plane, you would just have to get onto the ferry. So there's a number of different ferry operators there, but this is the latest fast ferry. So it has shaved off about 33% of the journey time. So it takes about 30 to 35 minutes from St Vincent directly into Bequia. But if you did want something a bit more luxurious, very excitingly, Bequia Beach Hotel now has its own private catamaran. It's called Sandy Toes. And here it is in action, powering away. And this is a luxurious interior as well. So it's an even shorter hop on Sandy Toes because they go from a dock that's only 20 minutes by road from St Vincent Airport. So 20 minutes on the road. We're welcomed aboard onto Sandy Toes, greeted with a nice ice cold rum punch or fruit punch. And then it's 20 minutes directly to resort into Bequia. So there we go. You can see her there, Sandy Toes. Yeah, beautiful vessel. Slightly smaller than what Jack was describing, but still nonetheless, yeah, great way to arrive by sea. So going back to the island itself and the resort. So Bequia Beach Hotel is privately owned. It's owned by a Swedish family, the Morsted family, and it is a real passion project, family owned and run hotel. So Mr. Morsted became a kind of accidental hotelier about 30 years ago when he discovered the island of Bequia. He initially just wanted to build a lovely family villa, and things escalated, and the 58-key Bequia Beach Hotel was born, really. So it's on the beautiful white sand beach of Friendship Bay. So when you arrive in Bequia, it really is like the Caribbean of yesteryear. It's very undeveloped, as I mentioned, nice and small, so easy to navigate, super safe. Everybody is incredibly friendly. When you land, if you do land in Bequia Airport, you might see some free-range goats on the runway. It's like going back in time almost 50, 60 years ago of that Caribbean of yesteryear. And it's kind of that laid-back luxury, really authentic, yeah, beautiful, unspoilt island. There's no high-rise, there's no overdevelopment. It really is how you imagine the Caribbean in your mind's eye. So this is the main hotel pool. We've also got a second pool. So this is a saltwater infinity pool there. It gives lovely views out to Mystique on a clear day. And you can cruise over to Mystique on Sandy Toes. So There's some fantastic cruising itineraries which you'll find on our website, as well as doing that, obviously, the airport VIP transfer service as well. So you can go over to Tobago Keys, you can swim with the turtles. They filmed some of Pirates of the Caribbean around the Grenadines. So there's some gorgeous protected areas. So definitely worth exploring the islands as well, and using Bequia as somewhat of a starting point. So the style of the hotel is kind of in keeping with that authentic, laid-back luxury feel. It's very unpretentious. You literally come as you are. The Morstead family want you to feel like you're a guest in an absolutely beautiful home. So this is a reception and library area. We also host a weekly managers cocktail club, which is a really nice opportunity, the cocktail party for guests and staff to mingle, get to know the other guests, get to know members of the team. So yeah, you feel really relaxed in that kind of home from home environment. And you can see with the decor, they've used lots of natural materials where possible, and that kind of vintage holiday posters on the walls. So a very charming setup. So I mentioned it's 58 keys, so small and intimate. The most popular room category is the beachfront suites. So unsurprisingly, these are right on the beach, so on that beautiful Friendship Bay, and it's got that kind of talcum powder sands, and you're literally just a few steps away from that. So you have sunrise on this side of the island. So when I was last there, I went out at sunrise every morning, and you're literally just a few steps away from the sea. So you can go and have a beautiful, refreshing dip, enjoy your cup of coffee out on the balcony. Fabulous way to start the day. All the rooms, of course, are fully air conditioned, but you'll notice there's no TV. So that was a conscious decision by the owners, really, to kind of unplug, and you can literally fall asleep to the sound of the sea. You're that close. So absolutely gorgeous. And then, yeah, that's a balcony. So as you can see, beautiful in an uninterrupted views, like I said, out to Mystique, which is about 9 nautical miles away. So not too far. We are a family-friendly resort. So when I travelled, I was there with my 2-year-old and 4-year-old. We've got a complimentary kids club, which is open 7 days a week. And we've got these lovely pool villas as well. So these work really well for families, as well as kind of couples or groups who want to have a little bit more space. You've got your own private plunge pool there included, as well as the estate villa. So this is nestled slightly up on the hill. So Bequia is quite a undulating island. There's some fantastic hikes. You can go up to Mount Peggy, which is the highest point of the island, and that gives fantastic panoramic views of the whole of the island. In terms of food and drink, you've got your classic Caribbean beach bar. So again, all day dining can be had here. It's just adjacent to the main pool. You've also got Bagatelle Restaurant, which is where we serve breakfast in the morning. So all of the room plans are breakfast included as standard, but there's also the option to do half board and to do all inclusive as well, should you wish. But as I said, the island is very easy to get around. The default mode of transport is open back pickup truck style taxis. So really easy to jump on and off, and you're never really more than sort of 10-15 minutes by road away from anywhere. So there are lots of local restaurants to explore as well. If there's no means you need to stay in the resort, and the owners kind of definitely encourage guests to go out and see all of the beauty that Bequia has to offer. On site, you've also got Blue Tropic, which is a sort of more Italian, Mediterranean style influenced restaurant. So big bowls of freshly made pasta, obviously a big focus on seafood. And this restaurant is open during the peak season only. And then over on the other side of the island, so this is Princess Margaret Beach. The owners also own Jack's Beach Bar. So when you make it out to Bequia, absolutely, Jack's is a must-see, a must-have experience. It's about 10 minutes by taxi, but we also offer a complimentary daily shuttle service, leaving the resort about 10 a.m. and it comes back about 4:30. So all of the guests have signing privileges over at Jack's, and it's included as part of the all-inclusive meal plan as well. So you can go and dine in Jack's. Really fun, a kind of melting pot, lots of locals, lots of expats. All the yachties tend to come in onto this side of the island on Princess Margaret Beach. There's live music, fabulous food. So I recommend the lobster mac and cheese. They do great sort of jerk chicken, burgers. It's really kind of informal, sand between your toes dining, kids options as well. And this side of the island, the sea is super calm and clear, so it's fantastic. You can go off and do a bit of kayaking as well. They've got a floating bar out at sea called Bar One, which is good fun to go and explore. And hotel guests also have complimentary lounges and towels provided. So really easy to go out and spend the day out in Jack's. And you also get the sunsets outside of the island. So you get sunrise over at the main hotel and then amazing sunsets over in Jack's. So definitely recommend that. Also new from the last season, we've also got another F&B outlet, which is Sandbar. So Sandbar is set slightly further along the main Friendship Bay beach, so about a 5-minute walk from the accommodation. You can see you've got the really cool swinging hammock chairs there. It's more of a daytime eatery, so lots of small sharing plates, kind of tapas style dishes. So really recommend. The fish tacos were gorgeous, the quesadillas, my daughters loved that, and obviously great cocktails as well. Fiery ginger juice, which also sets you up for the day, all freshly made. So yeah, it's nice to have Sandbar included as well. And like I said, that's included in the meal plan. So despite being quite a small resort, you've actually got lots of different dining options if you did want to opt for the all-inclusive or full board packages. Also new, tropical tennis. If you're not feeling too hot or you want to burn off a few pina coladas, then we do have a tennis pro that can be arranged as well. So the courts are up by Sandbar. There's also a small gym as well, so fully air-conditioned gym and a few treatment rooms. So it's a bit more of a kind of hideaway spa. You've got complimentary yoga as well in the lovely yoga pavilion overlooking the sea. I'm just going to play a short video now of the Grenadine Hills estate, which is some super luxury villas which are new to Bequia. Lovely. So hopefully that gave you a bit of a flavour. So we've got 3 super luxury villas, which are nestled about 2.5 kilometres away from the main resort, but still only about 500-metre walk down to Sandbar. So Sandbar was kind of constructed with these villa guests in mind. So Villa 1 is the largest. You can see here it's 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a stunning infinity pool outside. So the design of these villas is slightly different to the main resort, a bit more kind of minimal, lots of free flow, beautiful open living space and absolutely stunning views because you're nestled slightly up on the hill. So these are fantastic for large groups, for families, of course. The pools have a nice shallow end, which are perfect for paddling. You would have your all-day butler included as well to help attend to your every need whilst you're staying in the villas. There would still be breakfast included, the same as a hotel, but this would be served directly in your villa. In terms of F&B, it's completely up to the guests. We can be very flexible in terms of what they're looking for. You can obviously be self-catered, and prior to arrival, our wonderful general manager can help you with provision of groceries. We can also arrange the services of chef as well. So lots of guests choose to kind of do a bit of a mix and match. They might have chef cook for some special meals for a few nights during their stay. Extremely talented guy, great team. They've done everything kind of from Mexican to obviously more traditional Caribbean cookout flavors, sushi night. So as long as there's obviously some time given to get the necessary provisions in, they can be really flexible to your needs. absolutely gorgeous alfresco dining space there, as you can see. So yeah, these villas, I appreciate, might not be your perhaps bread and butter type of inquiry, but obviously great for those VIPs who want something special. We've had a lot of multi-gen families, and we've actually had lots of family reunions where guests have actually chosen Bequia to meet. So they've come from both Europe and from North America and had a wonderful stay with us at the Grenadine Hills Villas. So if you do want any more information on the villas, just please let me know and I can put you in touch with our general manager. The second villa is Coral Hill. So both Villa 1 and Coral Hill are adjacent to each other. The villas are very private as well. You're not overlooked by anyone. And I think the beauty of them is you can dip in and out of resort life. So you can either be completely self-contained, you have everything you need, obviously, and more in these gorgeous villas. But if you did want to, you know, pop down to the main Bagatelle restaurant, go over to Jack's, we can arrange either a private driver or taxi service to get guests over to the main resort facilities as well. So yeah, absolutely beautiful product. And then our newest one is a slightly different concept. So this is Rock Villa. So it's basically experiencing the luxury villa lifestyle from your own private suite. So whereas the other two villas you book as an exclusive use, what makes Rock Villa different is it's almost like a very mini boutique hotel in itself, but you have all of the benefits of the villa amenities. So it's got 8 suites in total. You can obviously just book 1 suite as a couple. It is adult only unless it's bought out, in which case we can welcome families. But absolutely stunning. So you have all of the kind of communal living space, that lovely pool included. And the F&B concept is slightly different there. So it's probably more akin to like a first-class lounge you'd have in an airport. So we do kind of cocktail hours and free-flowing drinks and nibbles at certain times of the day for the Rock Villa guests. So again, lots more information on Rock Villa there as well. So yeah, absolutely stunning. It's got a private gym as well for Rock Villa guests to use, as well as those other shared facilities. And that is, yeah, the pool at sunset, absolutely gorgeous. I think that actually might be one of my private photos when I went and saw it. So yeah, no, I'd rather be right now, that's for sure. Thank you so much. Sorry, I probably have run over a little bit, but I'll hand back to Sarah. Thank you.
Perfect. Charlotte, before you go, can you share the connectivity slide, please, with the flight paths? This is for
Oh,
Linda.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll follow up with that. No problem.
Perfect. If you can just share it now, just so she can see it while I'm asking.
Sorry, yeah, of course.
No, it's okay. Just while I'm asking the next questions.
Oh, right, sorry. Yep. No, let me bring that up. One sec. Here we go. And there's also a lot of information on our website as well. So here we go. Can you see that, Sarah? Is that all right?
Yeah, I can see perfectly. Yeah.
I think I need to press play, actually. Maybe that's... Hopefully everything's linking in now.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of connectivity, actually. Very good. Okay, we've got a couple of questions for you. Is there a main season or best time for Bequia?
I think, like we've sort of touched on earlier, the Caribbean is a great time. There isn't really a bad time to visit the Caribbean. I think weather patterns are changing all the time as well. So obviously, traditionally, people tend to come over the peak time, which would be sort of Christmas, New Year, January, February. But equally, right up, we have a seasonal closure in August until October. So outside of that time, when obviously the resort is closed, I don't think you can go far wrong. I mean, obviously you might have some rain, but equally you can have rain in peak time. So yeah, it's always going to be warm and sunny. You're never going to be cold.
It's not called rain, it's called liquid sunshine.
Oh, there we go. I'm taking that, Sarah. I love that. There might be some liquid sunshine, but it's always fleeting, right? It's refreshing.
Exactly. So Steve's asked, can you repeat the name of the ferry from St. Vincent to Bequia?
Yes, so the resort catamaran, the private one, is called Sandy Toes, but then there's also the Bequia Express and the Bequia Fast Ferry. I would recommend the Fast Ferry as that is the newest and quickest option. It's fully air conditioned and it is, like I said, about a third quicker.
Awesome, thank you. Josephina, are we getting a recording after the webinar? Yes, you are. And everybody will be looped in. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to them directly. So no problem at all with that. We've got a question for Sabrina. I know that Gustavo's been answering a lot of questions, and Jack, I know you've done all of your questions. Where is it? Or has no, I think that it's all been answered. Yeah, no, it beat me to it, is answered the questions. Can we receive photos and videos of villas and how to book? So Charlotte will send a follow-up after I've given her all the details of who's been on the webinar today. She will send out everything that you need. If there's anything else you need, drop her an email and she will answer them for you. The same with Sabrina and the same with Jack. Let's have a look. So yeah, I'm getting it. Thanks, Gustavo. Photos and videos, contact information that will be shared. Okay, I think we are good. Rates in winter and summer, and travel advisor rates. Amy, if you drop a note to who it is that you're asking for, when you get the details, and they'll be able to answer those for you. Okay, so wow, what a great webinar. Lots of amazing products on offer, very, very different. So it's always good to see what the Caribbean Corner can do. Okay, so now we get to the part of the day where we test everybody. So if everybody can go to chat, make sure that your drop down says everyone. Yeah, I love that, Sabrina, sharing the love hearts. And then we've got some questions for you. So as a reminder, if you answer the question, you are the first person with the correct answer. You get 10 entries into the spin to win. And it goes the same. You can only win one. So if you answer correctly for Jack, Charlotte and Sabrina, you will still only get your 10 points. And we'll give the next person the 10 points. And then I'll let you know tomorrow who the winners are. So, Jack, you went first. So do you have a little question for us?
Yes. What is the name of the event where all 4 ladyships are going to be meeting up? Oh, there you go. Someone's already answered it. See, Voyage, that was quick. Blimey.
So that was Charlene
Johnston.
Charlene, you have your 10 points.
I'm loving the occasional like spelling mistake because people are typing at 100 miles an hour to try and be first. Love it. Love the commitment.
For the octopus. Lots of hugs being sent across to you. Perfect. Sabrina, do you have a question for us?
I do indeed. So I mentioned several adventure parks in the Dominican, but I mentioned a highlight of one, and they're our prize sponsor for today. And I see a lot of answers there.
I presume it's the El Dorado.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, perfect. So let me just zoom back up to the top. Gosh, lots of correct answers here. Danny, you have your 10 points. Perfect. So Charlene and Danny, you've got your 10 points. Don't answer the next question. Charlotte, it's over to you. What's your question?
I'm going to stick with a nautical theme. So what is the name of the new catamaran that is connected? Wow, so quick, I haven't even finished it. So great for cruising in the Grenadines, I was going to say, and also for the VIP transfer from St. Vincent.
You see, you just have to say new, and that's it. Everybody's going, okay, she said new, it's this.
I'm impressed. There's so many coming up.
So Sean said it's Sandy Toes.
It is Sandy Toes. Correct.
Perfect. Sean, you have your 10 points. So perfect. Thank you very much, everybody. I will get the recording and everybody looped in, sent over to you tomorrow. Do reach out if you've got any questions. Remembering these hotels, destinations and cruises are trade friendly, wanting to work with you. So share the love by sending them some bookings. Sabrina, Charlotte, and Jack, thank you. You're amazing. We loved your presentations, and we will look out for more information coming from you. And thank you to everybody that joined. We had well over 200 agents today, so it was great to see you all. Thank you very much. It is nearly the weekend. Have a good one, and we will see you all next week. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Gustavo.